everybody. How are you today? I just want to say hi and welcome to the first Cuppa and Chat with Celine. So, what are we going to have a little bit of a talk about? So, I hope you've got your cup ready and bad. I've got it here, and really excited just to kind of have a little chat and catch up with people, just to be able to say, what it is that you're actually up to and how you're going through in isolation and that as well. One of the things I suppose that can be a little bit scary is, again, the uncertainty and not knowing what's actually happening. And so I just wanted to kind of just take this time to be able to just pop by and maybe just bring a little bit of sunshine into your life each day. So get your cuppa ready and I'll be popping by on a reasonably regular basis just to share some wisdom. One of the things that I opened up, I've got a number of different books that I refer to at different times, but I've got this one that's on my desk here, Daily Mantras to Ignite Your Purpose, by Lisa Messenger. And one of my beautiful daughter-in-laws gave this to me for Christmas, and it's funny, it's date ordered, and the date for today, it says, challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them, just find a new way to stand. Oprah Winfrey. And I actually thought, how relevant it is to where a lot of people are at the moment. And it's the little note that Lisa has actually put down here is that take it from someone who has faced and overcome many challenges over the course of the last 20 years. You will come out stronger, that much I promise you. Affirmation. I face this challenge with strength and awareness that I will get through it. For many of you that are on this journey at the moment, some of you, life hasn't really changed that much, except for the fact that maybe you're home a little bit more. For others, there have been jobs that have been lost, there have been family members that have been impacted. You may even have some family members that have gotten ill, or worse still, that are extremely ill or have died through this time, whether that's through coronavirus or other natural causes as well. I know of 2 people that have lost parents over just this last few weeks as well. And of course, being able to deal with and face those challenges of whether that's grief, or whether that's just sadness, whether that is just of that unsurety of not knowing what's beyond this. But I think one of the things that we know is, if you look back over history, if you even look back over your own life, you will know that you have faced many different challenges and you've actually come through them, through to the other side. So one of the things that I'm focusing on, and I'm encouraging other people to focus on, is how can we grow through what's going on rather than just go through. So if you were to ask yourself, how could you grow through, no matter what it is that's going on, no matter how ugly it might seem, or also no matter how pleasant it might be, and that, what are you doing to be able to grow through this time? Now, I know for some, as I said, there has been sadness and grief and a little bit of, fear, I suppose, that is just stop to take that breath and go, you know what, this too shall pass. And what is it that I can do right in this moment? One of the things that I suppose I've learned over my 55 years is that there are certain things that you cannot control. And they're the things that actually wear us down the most, trying to control the uncontrollables. And that, whereas there are certain things we can control, what are the things that we can actually do that are going to be beneficial to us as we move through this time? I don't know about anybody else, but for the first few weeks of this kind of, as we were kind of getting into and life was changing a little bit, we certainly weren't stocking up on pasta or toilet rolls. However, it was a little bit like that lead up into Christmas. I don't know if anybody else has kind of felt the same, but you're buying those things that you're kind of thinking, oh, you know what? I just have that. It's just a treat. Like as if, we were never going to have chocolate biscuits again. I don't know, but and so I was finding that I was getting out of my regular routines that support me very, very quickly. What about you? Were you the same? So one of the things that I've definitely have recommitted to is actually recommitting to making sure that I am doing the right thing for kind of my health, my soul, just really recommitting to a daily routine. I find that for myself, and I know that, honestly, in my years of coaching as well, I have found that people do actually run better when they've got a routine to be able to follow. No matter how free and easy that you feel that you are and how you like to go with the flow, there's a certain amount of that, of course, it's fine, but there's also some really, really important habits or rituals or routines, whatever it is that you want to call them, that actually are really beneficial to life. So for me, it was about resetting my routine. So I'm back into getting up each morning nice and early to go out and have that walk, get the earphones in and listen to, for me, it's some worship music, or it might be a book on Audible, and just taking that time to kind of be present, give thanks, and just kind of have that first opportunity to grow, whether that is growing through personal development or growing spiritually through worship music or Bible, and whatever it is that is right for you, that's what's right for me. And then getting into my work routine. So even though now working from home, which many of us are now, there's again that importance of being able to get into a routine. And then stopping regularly. This is one of the important things when you're working from home. And I did this for many, many years before I shifted into an office structure, is actually making sure that you've got your routines and you've got your breaks. It's really important, because what can happen is, especially when there's not that external stimulation of other people around too, is you can get quite caught in and kind of want to keep going, But at the end of the day, you actually will find that you will get less productive if you don't take those regular breaks. So for me, it's making sure that I have that stop. And again, it can be just 5 or 10 minutes. Might be just get up, walk around, make a cup or whatever, get some more water, make sure that I'm drinking, staying hydrated. And then having that lunch break, and then having that afternoon cuppa that I'm actually having with you guys now. And then, you know what? Putting it down and going, okay. So for me, I'm actually kind of changing my day at the end of the day. I'm getting ready and getting dressed for work. Okay. So now I'll go not long after this, and I will go and change again into some more workout gear and go do a second kind of little bit of exercise, and that before I go into my evening. Now, every day is not the same for me. I mean, there's sometimes where I'm up very, very early for a phone meeting, depending on which time zone we're working in, or sometimes it can be really late. But I'm then amending and balancing my days. So that part of my day is definitely about high productivity. I love to be able to finish my day knowing I've achieved something. Definitely about self-care. What is it that I'm doing to make sure that I am looking after myself? Because if I'm looking after myself, then I'm looking after and taking care of the people around me, and that as well. And just knowing too that taking the time to be able to sow into relationships. We have such a huge opportunity in what can seem like a challenge with being not able to be physically with people. I think people are becoming more connected than ever, because people are making an effort to do phone calls, to get on Zoom catch-ups, like we're doing family catch-ups, and catching up with people that probably we would have thought, I'm going to see them in a week's time or in a month's time or whatever it might be. Whereas, now we're making the effort to actually make sure that we're on that phone, or we're on Zooms, or whatever it might be, whatever platforms you're using to be able to catch up with people. So I think that we're making that effort. The other thing that I would probably caution against is falling into the scroll hole of social media, absolutely going on and checking, and we might want to be able to, catch up with people that way too, but not living out everything through there, because there's a real mixed bag on there at the moment. It's as important, it's probably even more important now than ever, to be really mindful of what's going into our head. Where are we kind of getting our information from? Who are we listening to? I think it's really, really important to make sure that then, even more so than ever before, that we're being mindful of the books we're reading, the news stations that we're listening to, the programs we're watching, the social media that we're kind of allowing into our space. I think that's really, really important. So guard what it is that you are doing really, really carefully. Listen to the people that you admire and respect. And then, what, some of the other stuff, just put it aside, because otherwise you can kind of end up digging a hole of negativity and getting quite buried down there. So anyhow, that's just my cuppa with Celine for today. And that, if you've got any questions, or you want, any info, or you even want some prayer, just let me know. And I'm happy to, to be able to reach out and have a chat on that. But wherever you're doing, stay well, stay blessed. And as we head into Easter, I just really do wish for every one of you a happy and blessed and safe Easter as we go into something that's going to be a little bit different. Alrighty, take care. I'll see you next time on Cuppa with Celine. God bless.